Hi, everybody. Hub Arkush here at Halas Hall, along with Kevin Fishbain and Arthur Arkush. And yeah, we're celebrating the Cubs' big Game 4 win in the NLDS, but also working on Bears-Lions here to preview the big game Sunday. And Kevin, I think what we start with is nobody wants a wounded Lion in their own den, 0-5. They figure to be ready to play against the Chicago Bears.
Yeah, they do. Jerban Bushrod said on Wednesday at Halas Hall, he goes, remember how excited we were when we got our first win against Oakland. Think about what they're thinking right now. They're 0-5. They need that first win, but they've just struggled so much, especially in the offensive side of the ball. The Bears know that, but they also know they can't sleep on a team that's got a lot of talent on both sides of the football.
And here's the big question, Arthur. Obviously, you worry about a team desperate for their first win. We saw how the Bears reacted, but the Lions looked to me like a team that quit last week against Arizona. I don't know if they're capable, if they've got the chemistry of rallying now.
Yeah, and Jim Caldwell said as much. He wasn't singling out players, but he said it wasn't a complete effort, 1 through 53, and we saw 3 offensive players get benched: Matt Stafford, Amir Abdullah, and the starting right tackle Adrian Waddle. So he's clearly not sort of sitting on his hands. He's going to make sure stuff happens at this point. But that run game looks really helpless. It's by far the worst in the league, and they're just really, really shorthanded. So you have to wonder. I mean, obviously they're playing at home, and they should be hungry for that first win, but you have to wonder if they're going to have the firepower to do so.
Now, what we've seen in the past, though, folks, is when right, this Detroit Lion team can scare you on offense, Kevin, especially Stafford. He's got all the tools that Jay Cutler has, plus he's got Calvin Johnson, maybe the best receiver on the planet when he's healthy, and Golden Tate has been a nice add, as has Eric Ebron as well.
Yeah, I mean, you wouldn't know it by the numbers, but they're all there, and the Bears staff and players said all week long, they know what those guys are capable of, and Calvin Johnson's averaging only 10 yards a catch, 4 yards fewer than any season in his career. This offense is not pushing the ball downfield, but Stafford can. He's got the arm. Golden Tate's really going to stress the middle of the Bears defense. They've given up some big plays when someone's been coming after them from the slot, so you have to keep an eye on that.
Defensively, this football team's been a mess as well. Everybody thought that could happen with the departure of Ndamukong Suh, but that hasn't really been the problem. It's the back seven, Arthur, and particularly that much improved secondary from 2014. They are really struggling this year.
Yeah, I mean, you could only expect guys like Rashean Mathis, who I believe is going to be 35 years old, to play over his head for so long. I think Darius Slay has taken a little bit of a step back, and then it's all about complementary football, as we hear around here all the time. They haven't had the consistent pass rush. They haven't had that consistent push from the middle, and then obviously the linebacking core has been decimated. Stephen Tulloch doesn't look like the same guy he was pre-ACL surgery last year.
Now, there is one guy to fear, though. Ziggy Ansah is coming. He was the 5th player chosen overall 3 years ago. He needed to learn. He needed to be a prospect who was taught. He's been taught. He's rushing the passer pretty well.
You talk to people in Detroit, and they'll say he is the biggest, highlight of this team so far. He's been the biggest positive, and he's taken that jump that they were hoping for, and he's probably going to be going against, if it's Bushrod on the left side, going against either Bushrod coming off missing a few games or going against Charles Leno. So either way, that's going to be a matchup that the Bears have to focus on. The offensive line has done a pretty good job with a makeshift group, but he's the guy that they have to zero in on to make sure he doesn't make a game impact on the game.
Really tough game for us to figure for you folks. Remember, this team was a bad officiating call away from going to the second round of the playoffs last year, 11-5. This year, 0-5, looking for their first win. We've got all the news and updates for you 24/7 leading up to Sunday right here on ChicagoFootball.com.